Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more of the frigate goodness. We are looking at the Mare, that one, the Mare, and I'm just going to jump straight into it. I do not have the anti-aircraft type here. I have reports that it doesn't particularly work very well. It's got the similar situation as a lot of other ships where it only really sort of does nothing. Anti-air wise. There are a few ships, they are in the frigate category as well. Obviously, I've mentioned the Xeno, there is the Mare as well that actually does have anti-air capability, and I will go through that a bit when I get round to it. So we are starting off with the base variant, in my opinion, the better variant of the three, and I do actually recommend running these. If you are trying to run those sort of frigate-style fleets, again, you got a 900 speed on this one at base, so you can pump that well over 1,000. So you can get potentially very, very quick, nimble fleets to just dart around, take enemies out of position, or use these on flanks. They do bring plenty of damage and do work well on the flanks. So, the Mare, pretty good. It doesn't get targeted too much, to be honest, until, you know, the rows in front of it get killed off. So you don't have to necessarily worry too much about picking up the HP first in this situation. So you can go straight into its weapon system. So let's talk about this weapon, Concentrate Fire. Syncs all weapons in the system with the primary weapon to focus on a single target and reduces cooldown by 80% every 90 seconds for 8 seconds. So that's all good and well, but there is a situation here where your lock-on time is 4 seconds. If that triggers at the end of you killing an enemy ship, you're now waiting 4 seconds, half the time that 80% cooldown is active for, to target a new ship. This is where some of these situations where I actually think these strategies just aren't ever worth it. And in the case of the Mare, I don't personally like taking the strategy here. So, in the case of what I like to take on here, I start off by looking for any hit rate. So we'll take the hit rate here. We'll then max that out. We'll probably move down and take any of the cooldowns. So you have the cooldown, the double cooldown, like so. And then you can take the damage here quite easily. And then you should have a spare slot. Now, when you have a spare slot like that, your best chance is looking for anything that says weapon system has a chance to cause 10% crit damage. This increases the crit chance and the crit damage, and this is what I'd personally be taking. The chances, the reduced chance of torpedoes being intercepted is useful, but at the current moment, not a lot of people are running any torpedo or interception at the moment, so you're best taking your crit chance and damage here. If you start seeing a lot of people running interception on their ships and you're losing DPM because of it, you can think about taking the ammo stealth processing, but otherwise I do recommend the crit chance and damage. All of those maxed out will do quite nicely, and it's not particularly TP intensive, this ship, in my opinion. We then move over to the near defense cannon, the cross near defense cannon. Cross integrated cannon system, that's what I thought it was called. I personally do like taking this. The increase of the chance of weapon to intercept missiles by 25% and torpedoes by 25%. And you can pick that up on every one, and that's every one of those Mares having this percentage chance of interception. And it works. It does actually work. We've seen missiles and torpedoes getting destroyed. We've tested this against Callistos and HT Callisto, and it does neuter their damage quite heavily if they lose 25% of their torpedoes they're firing. So yeah, highly recommend taking this, and then obviously taking the hit rate and one of the cooldowns. Armor system here. Picking up the 2 ship HP here is pretty good, and then the energy resistance is actually quite nice. A lot of people running energy damage here. Again, the percentage damage reduction is better than the flat at the current moment. So do pick that up. And then we go over to the propulsion here, and it's pretty standard. pick up the cruising speed, and then you have to pick up the warp speed as well to max that. Now, the missile variant is a little bit more different. When we come down into here, you are looking for the hit rate. Then you're probably looking for even more hit rate and more hit rate. And then you are left with, I think, what? That's 3 slots. So you are picking up, ignoring, again, the concentrated fire. I'd pick up the 2 cooldowns and then the single damage torp, the single damage. This will give you like really damn good hit rate against pretty much everything, and it almost guarantees like all the missiles constantly hitting, which means your DPM's like pretty true. And then increasing the cooldown and stuff is really good in that situation. There is an argument here to be made for taking the damage over the cooldown, and that's due to the fact that it's got 160 damage, which means at 10% you are getting an extra 16 damage here. You can take that twice. And stackable, and again you have the 30% damage increase as well that you can apply to this via the weapon augments or adjustments. So there is an argument there as well. I personally prefer cooldown. My theory on that is more things flying at enemy equals more chances of things hitting enemy. Pretty simple. The cross-integration platform here, again, you want to pick up the weapon chance to intercept, in my personal opinion, taking up the hit rate and then the cooldown. And again, for the propulsion, it's pretty standard here with cruising speed and a single warp speed. It's pretty much the same case for the anti-aircraft variant. I know I don't own it, but it's basically has almost similar situation to this with increased hit rates and stuff. Obviously on the anti-aircraft you want it to hit the aircraft, and they generally have a base dodge rate that's quite high, so having the increased chance of hitting those is going to help you out quite a bit. So do pick that up, and again it's pretty much follow the same steps as the missile type. I just can't show you it, unfortunately. So that is it for today. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.